All right, so we got a 2007 Ford Fusion here with a broken door handle on the inside. Something I've learned is a common problem with this car. So I bought the new part from Rock Auto here, and I'm going to attempt to install it. First, a little tip, before you get to the install, you can still open your door from the inside with this little trick. You pull the handle halfway, and then you use the unlock here to open the door. And that'll get you through the first few days before you get to the repair. Removing the door panel is going to be your first big job. We got a few screws and bolts holding things in. First is right here. There's a little flap covering that one. Take that down, unscrew that. Another one is here in the handle. And then we got one up here. And there's another one down here at the bottom. A 7mm socket should get this bolt out of the handle here. I spared you from having to watch me unscrew every single one of these. So now this is loose. Pull that out, and we got a few cables to disconnect here. And then you want to take this out here. This frame comes right out. And you got another wire to disconnect there. And as you can see, one of these did not want to come out easily, and rather than risk breaking a tab, I'm going to see if I can accomplish what I set out to do, replace the handle by leaving that connected. So let's see what happens. So now you're left with getting the door off, which is the biggest pain in the butt. There are these tabs holding it in on the inside. I popped one of them here with a screwdriver. Tough to see, but they do pop out. So you have to use your judgment, a little bit of pressure, and pop them out one at a time. Once you get the first one out, and I start up in the upper right corner here, you can feel along until you feel the next one, and then with a little bit of pressure, pop it out. It takes two hands, so I'm not going to be able to show you me doing it. Okay, I should add that I did use a screwdriver to get in there where that pin is and help me pop it out a little bit. There's one last pin, and it is stubborn. At the top, right about here, I had to reconnect this so I could put the window down so I could have a little bit more leverage here to try to pop that one out. But it's kind of deep down in there. I should say that there are tools you can buy to make this door panel removal easier. I'm just choosing to do it the cheap way. Got it. Oh, I don't have a secret here. Just kept working at it, and that last pin popped off. Now we got the panel coming down, still connected there, but I got plenty of room to work now on the handle. So there's a bolt holding it on. It looks to be about an 8mm. So we'll take that off. Came off pretty easy. So now finally I can look and see what the problem is, and I can see how that snapped right off. Look at that. There's just a closer look so you can see what broke off there. Cheap plastic. So let's get that cable off. So first you got to pop this white section here off of there so you can get access to it, and then you can slide it out like that. There. So you can discard this piece of crap, and we grab the new one and go about inserting that cable and reversing the process. So the end of the cable slips easily in there, and then we pop this white thing right here along the edge again. And we're going to screw it back on. Alright, so I got it on there, and it seems to be operating. Can't fully test it yet, but it's looking good. Cable's on there. Moves when I move the handle. So let's get things back together. Alright, so I lined up several of the pins here to make sure it's in place. One important tip, make sure your wires are coming out, because you're going to need them. You don't want to get this door back on and then have to go digging for them. So I'm going to start with that stubborn top one. Pop that right back into place. So much easier going back on. And then I'll pop the rest of them in. Now I've carefully reconnected my wires, and I'm going to slip that around the handle and put it back in. Turn the screws again. As you can see, the door is back together pretty easily. Now comes the test. Okay, I'm sitting in the car. Gonna see if I can get out by using the new handle. Works like a charm. So nice. I just wish I didn't end up with this washer. I don't know where it came from. Hey, but I saved probably $200 trip to the dealer, and my wife will be really happy about that. The part costs, I don't know, maybe $50 with shipping from Rock Auto. So yeah, give it a try. A little less than 45 minutes after I started. So, hope that helps.